gym. Not because we want to, because we got to. Yeah, no sleep last night. On the Beastie Boys song, no sleep till Brooklyn. Slept on the plane for a couple hours. Have a dinner in 3.5 hours to go too, so hour workout, shower, hour and a half nap. Today was a big travel day. We started off around 5 a.m. this morning, and then we got here about 2 o'clock Eastern time. So it was like, I don't know, it's that 7-8 hours, about an 8 or 9 hour trip, just to get to Phoenix. And then got here and chilled for a little bit, did some work, and got a workout in. Not the best workout, not the one we wanted to get done, but we got one done. Now we're gonna grab some dinner with a good friend of mine and go crush it on stage tomorrow. We are headed to speak to 300 realtors at an event supported by Windsor Mortgage and our good buddy Chris Vinson. Gotta go to Walmart first though, because I forgot to bring Sharpies to sign the books.
Welcome.
How you doing?
Jamie Santangelo.
Chris Welton, nice to meet you, Jamie.
How are you?
I'm doing wonderful.
Chris Vinson's around the corner.
Is he? Okay, good deal.
He's sales manager here with Barrett. So
okay, awesome.
Put this together. Appreciate you doing this for us.
Oh, of course. Thanks for having me.
I'm really excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
Yeah.
How are you on stage? There's probably about 60 or 70 people in the room, but excited to share some stories and wrap the day up. They're all tired, they're all eaten, and my job is to get them off their feet and make them feel something. So we'll let you know how it goes.
Let me tell you a little bit about Chris. Chris works for a mortgage company in Florida, one of my top mortgage companies in Florida. Super close. We grew together through COVID. If you remember doing loans through COVID, right? And we were literally on phone calls 2 or 3 times a week, being able to work through volume, turn times, all the things that we remember that we went through in COVID. And Chris and I became really close. Chris and I have a great friend together that's in the mortgage business. And Chris had a vision that he wanted to go do something different. And he wanted to inspire, he wanted to coach, he wanted to help like he was helping with inside his own company. And so I was like, okay, who can I bring that maybe you haven't heard? Who can I bring that can be able to add value and that would be different? I mean, there's Kyle, there's Rick, they're different. They relate to us differently. They have different messages, they have different things. And yet, Chris is even different than that. And I think you're gonna hear a great message of Chris's story in Chasing Whales. Bring up Chris Welton. Thank you.
I'm not supposed to be here today. I am the son of a drug addict. I was born with a limb difference. I'm a survivor of infant loss. I was actually a victim of child abuse before I was even born. My mother was a heroin addict. This is the gift she gave me. When I tell you I'm not supposed to be here, I could list a whole other row of things that would come up that would say, why are you here, dude? I remember at 15 sitting down with my aunt, she goes, your mom is so messed up that if you went to jail, we'd be okay with it. Like I had permission to go to jail at 15. I didn't do that, but I had permission to go. I share that piece with you because I want you to understand that the stories of your past are the keys to your future. And I didn't know that for 40 plus years. In 2023, I went into a room with 9 people, and I sat down in this room and I figured out a way to craft a story to speak, because I've always wanted to be a speaker. I always wanted to get on stages in front of audiences. And I realized how much I had been carrying around with me for years. These powerful lessons, and I had a responsibility to help other people who've been through similar stuff. I left that meeting that day and drove from Miami, Florida back to Orlando, and that day I decided I'm going to change what I'm about to do. So I wasn't sure what I was going to do or how it was going to come out, but I knew I needed to make a bold statement and do something and change the trajectory of my life. I had responsibility to help other people that had been in the spot I was in as a kid, the spot I was in 6 months ago, the spot I was in 2020, July 2020, when my son passed away. I had a responsibility to help others. So I'm scrolling through TikTok, and I see this guy on there, and he's talking about this strategy about giving away a Jordan shoe and getting people to call you. I was like, I'm a big fan of Jordan shoes. I'm also a big fan of R&D, which is rip off and duplicate. So I ran with it. I was coming back from giving a keynote, the first keynote I ever gave in Charleston, South Carolina. I'm sitting at an airport in Charleston. I have a 9-hour delay on my flight. We have a hurricane going on in Florida. I live in Orlando. So I had a 9-hour wait at that airport. And I came up with my first ever Jordan list. I didn't know that's what it was at the time. But there was this group of people that I thought, man, if I can connect with them, maybe they can compress the amount of time it's going to take for me to get to where I want to go next, right? I'm 52 years old. So when I was doing this, I was 50. I mean, I love biohacking, but man, I don't have a lot of time left, right? I don't have 50 more years to create this. So how can I compress time, take 20 years and maybe put it into 3 or 4, right? Or maybe 5. So I came up with the one Jordan list. So this is the way it works. I find someone's shoe size, someone I wanted to connect with, someone that was kind of where I wanted to be and I wanted to learn from, or maybe like, hey, we could be friends, right? So I get their shoe size and I send them one Jordan shoe and a handwritten note that says, if you want the other shoe, give me a call. If you want the other shoe, give me a call, right? So the first person I ever did that to was a guy named Damon West. Does anybody know who Damon West is? Wrote the book, The Coffee Bean. So I'm DMing Damon on Instagram. I said, hey, Damon, I'm just curious. I see you and you like Jordans. Which ones do you like? Jordan 1s or what? He's like, no, I'm a fan of Jordan 4s. I was like, nice. Just curious, what's your shoe size? Because I don't know. That's the first time I'd ask somebody their shoe size. He goes, I'm a 10.5. What's your size? I said, well, I'm a 14. Maybe he's going to send me a shoe. I don't know. So I box up a shoe. I go online. I get a shoe of Jordan 4, and I send it to him. And I wait. And I wait. And I wait. Finally, I'm like, come on, I got to DM this guy. I said, hey, man, you checked your mail yet? Like, what's going on? No, that's my P.O. box I gave you. I check it like once a month. I said, okay, great. I said, there's something in there. It's going to expire, so you might want to get it. He's like, oh, I'll have my wife go today. I get a phone call from a Texas number the next day. It's Damon West. He says, man, that's the most unbelievable way someone's ever connected with me. So I'm like, what can I do next? So I get the list, start doing it 5 in a row, 6 in a row, 7 in a row. And then all of a sudden, guy sends a shoe back. I'm not interested in your shoe game. Oh, man. Don't you know who I am, dude? I'm Chris Welton, one Jordan Chris Welton. Like, I'm 8-0, baby. Like, what? I was so insulted for all the wrong reasons. But he sent the shoe back. You guys know who Dan Martell is? Wrote a book called Buy Back Your Time. I still found a way to get him on the phone. He said, okay, look, dude, I'll do a 10-minute phone call with you. He was exactly who he said he was in the book. He doesn't give his time to people. He doesn't go after anything crazy. He just focuses on his time. Another lesson I learned. He's a favorite chapter in my book, right? Dan Martell's a favorite chapter in my book. So fortune favors the bold. So what can you do bold to connect with the people you want to connect with? I wrote the book because I wanted to share it with people. I don't want to keep that secret myself. I wrote the book because I wanted you to see what's possible to be a little bit different, what that pays off. So I think to myself, I'm like, who's the biggest, who's the best number, who's the top coach in the world, in my opinion? Who's the GOAT besides Michael Jordan? Don't give me the LeBron. Don't do that. Don't do that. LeBron's not even top 2. So he's number 3. Number 2 is Kobe. And I did get to meet Akeem Olajuwon at the airport in Houston the other morning, which was pretty cool. But who's the top guy? So I got John Maxwell's shoe size. You guys know who John Maxwell is? Yeah, right, he's the guy. Written 90 books, just incredible. So I send the shoe off, and then this happens.
Hey Chris, John Maxwell. I just returned your call, buddy. Where's my shoe?
So then I meet him. I watched it and I literally can't believe that's me. Right? Like this guy who was sitting in his office decided he wanted to do something different. Now, John Maxwell has a keynote about me getting out of the people pile. I'm giving a keynote recently in Charleston, South Carolina, another one, and I got to speak before John Maxwell. And I come off stage and he gives me the biggest hug ever, and he starts telling everybody the story. I'm in a room the other day, we're at an event in Atlanta, and John Maxwell tells the story, and he points to me in the front row. Again, I don't share that with you to come up from a place of bragging, hey, John Maxwell knows me. But it's changed the trajectory of my business and my life because I sent one shoe. What could you do? Where do you want your business to go? Are you clear about it? Do you understand by taking bold action what can happen? Bold results, right? Now, when I wrote the book, I didn't know what was going to happen. I thought maybe my family members would buy it. I actually got to October when it was supposed to be finished, and I told the publisher I'm not doing it. And they said, that's not how that works. You have to release a book. You assigned to release a book. Because I thought no one was going to finish it. Has anybody ever started something in the last minute, get in their head and go, oh God, that's ridiculous. That's not going to work. So my wife is my biggest fan, and she said, get your book done. Get your book done. So I finished the book, and the first night it was out, it became a bestseller in 6 categories. 6 different categories the first night it was out. That, right? So thank you. Thank you. I always thought I might be on a billboard in Times Square at some point, but like America's Most Wanted kind of situation. And when I go back to the things that could have held me back, right? I could have easily said, okay, well, I grew up in this bad situation. I went to 8 different schools before I graduated high school. Like from kindergarten to senior year high school, I went to 8 different schools. I lived with 5 different families, right? So I look at those things and I go, I could have given up at any time. And nobody would have been mad at me. I had every reason in the world to give up. The deck was stacked against me. But when I started owning my story and sharing it, doors opened. What are you not sharing? What are you holding back from your past that you could share to help you get to that next level and next spot in your life? I used to be so afraid that people would find out my mom was a drug addict. As I got older, I found that all my friends' moms knew that was the case. That's why they always invited me over for dinner. I didn't know that. I was so afraid people would find out who she really was. I used to anytime you'd see a picture of me when I was younger, you would always see me with someone staying on my left because I was embarrassed about my arm. I was embarrassed about who I was. I was embarrassed of the things that I couldn't be, not the things that I am. When I realized the power in owning who I am, and the power of being authentic, everything started to change. So I'm going to share with you something real quick. This is a text message I received yesterday on a plane. This was not planned. Chris, incredible news. I'm going to try not to get upset. I get a little emotional. I'm a 6'5" crybaby, so just deal with it. One Jordan just became an international bestseller. Your story is now impacting lives around the world. What a moment. So that was from my publisher yesterday. Your life is your message to the world. Make sure it's inspiring. We all have inspiring stories to share. We all have strength from our past we can pull from, things we've overcome to take on what's in front of us. I had a front row seat to the mortgage meltdown. I was an originator then, okay? I remember being called from title companies saying, Chris, the wire's not there. Anybody ever had that happen? The wire's not there. And so then I'm like, I'm gonna call GMAC and find out where my wire's at. The number's disconnected. I learned a lot of lessons back then that I still am able to draw strength from now, right? And too many times we have these things happen to us and we live in the past. We keep tripping over the past over and over and over and over again, not understanding the importance of the lesson, right? Not understanding the importance of the lesson that someone was trying to teach us. I was actually almost 50 years old before I decided to share my lesson and my story. And when I look back on it, God was telling me over and over again, you got something to share, you got something to tell, and I just didn't listen, right? Because I was too embarrassed about who I really was. Impact has been my word for the last 3 years. I don't know if anybody chooses a word or not. Some people think that's goofy, but I always choose a word. Impact has been my word for 3 years in a row. And when I step into a room like this, my goal is to impact one person. Just one. I'm a realist. I could have 5,000 people in the room, it's still one. Because it only takes one person to change the trajectory of the whole thing you're doing, right? I need to bring more impact to the world outside of the mortgage space. And that's what I've been blessed to do. I speak on stages all over the country. And hopefully we can get a chance to see you guys at another town real soon, all right? It's good talking to you. There you go. Yep, thank you. Thank you.
You sign for Eric.
For Eric? Sure.
ERIK.
There you go.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Yep, nice to meet you too. Thanks. Yep. Carlos? Okay. Did you guys scan the code okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Perfect.
In my head, I mean, I have to read the book too, but it was like, why not send after you've done the call and as a follow-up, congratulations on your home sold, and send a little bottle of champagne.
Yeah.
To the new one?
Hey, it's something different to being bold, right? It's something you want something to separate you, and it's something someone else is not doing. Right?
Jennifer.
Okay.
I didn't send in Jordans, but I am a crochet and a yarn addict, and like she was telling me some different things about kind of making things pop by. So my arm is working to get some more yarn.
Like it's just about something about being different, right? It's a little bit different, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I appreciate you.
Yep. Okay. Thank you.
Afternoon. Thank
Afternoon.
you for speaking today.
Well, thank you so much.
My first
Just had a great time speaking on stage with Barrett Financial. Hope we brought a lot of impact. I was able to teach the One Jordan strategy from stage today, and my challenge to everyone out there is let me see who implements it first. Because if you do, you're gonna see massive results. Thank you again, Barrett Financial, for having me. It was truly my pleasure.